It's a dream you've been dreaming for a while, and it just gets bigger by the mile. But nothing can compare to the sights you'll see up here. So welcome to the last frontier. Though you may be a long way from your home, with that newfound peace you're not alone. Like those of yesteryear, you have a vision clear. So welcome to the last frontier. In the mountains that pierce all the blue skies, along the rivers that run God knows where, tracing glaciers, celestial flowing white gowns, you'll find a slice of heaven way up here. Some people spend their whole life just dreaming, stuck in a traffic jam, they all sit steaming. But you're a different crowd, so let us say out loud, welcome to the last frontier. Some people spend their whole life just dreaming, stuck in a traffic jam, they all sit steaming. But you're a different crowd, so let us say out loud, welcome to the last frontier. In the mountains that pierce all the blue skies, along the rivers that run God knows where, tracing glaciers, celestial flowing white gowns, you'll find a slice of heaven way up here. Some people spend their whole life just dreaming, stuck in a traffic jam, they all sit steaming. But you're a different crowd, so let us say out loud, welcome to the last frontier. Yes, you're a different crowd, so let us say it proud, welcome to the last frontier.
Better days are on their way. Just hold on, don't give up on your dream. Better days are on their way. Better say goodbye to all your cares and woes. There they goes out the door. Better days are on their way. There were days when I thought that the next minute might not have me in it. To think what might have been, it's hard to say, but it really had me worried. Almost had me buried beneath the ground so low. Whoa, 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 whoa. Better days are on their way. Just hold on, don't give up on your dream. Better days are on their way. There were times when I thought it was for certain that life would drop its curtain down on my hurting soul. There were times when it really had me feeling like my head was reeling around and round and round. Better days are on their way. Just hold on, don't give up on your dream. Better days
are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy is rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing. Then you spread your wings and you'll take to the skies. But till that morning, there ain't nothing can harm you with your daddy and mommy standing by. Hush, little darling, hush, little darling, don't, oh, don't you cry, don't you cry, don't you cry.
Hey kids, grab mom and dad and drive on down to Bullwinkles Pizza for an evening of food and fun. The whole family can enjoy delicious pizza, sandwiches, and a fabulous salad bar. Free popcorn too, and you get to have a blast in the arcade room playing all your favorite games. Our huge menu has something good for everybody, and our family atmosphere can't be beat. We also deliver piping hot pizzas and subs right to your door. So don't forget, bring the whole family down to Bullwinkles Pizza for the best pizza in Juneau and the best place for family fun.
Power pole crashes, power line accidents. The next victim could be you, unless you keep your distance, at least 30 feet from downed live wires. Never approach an electrical accident victim until you know power has been shut off. And to keep yourself from becoming its first victim, always practice safe work habits. Look out, look up, and learn to live with electricity.
Make the right choice.
AEL&P.
Go for it now.
Parades, celebrations, and contests were part of the early day life in Juneau. On the 4th of July, all three of them combined into one of the biggest parties of the year. Hello, I'm Scott Foster, and welcome again to Rain Country. We start a bit light and lively, beginning with all the hoopla associated with the 4th of July. Today, the 4th of July parade and activities in Juneau and Douglas are popular attractions. They were even more so in the early days. Juneau's first 4th was in 1881. And old-timers have had something to remember ever since.
Well, we used to have a lot of streamers, and certainly when the city band was holding forth, they always participated in the parade. It was quite a large group and well received. There may have been more flags in the parade. Perhaps more decorations. I think maybe now, with everybody involved in a workaday world, maybe there's more inclination to use ready-made situations rather than to make them up.
The parades as today are not quite like they were before because Douglas was a community of itself and Juneau was a community, and they were lots of rivalry, and Douglas had a big fancy parade on the 4th of July and fireworks, and Juneau would try to outdo them, and they had baseball rivalry between the two towns, and the firemen, and then, of course, with the miners back in those days, they had bucking contests and who was the best in from the Treadwell or from the Alaska Juneau.
We had a number of boxes that had a certain amount of crushed rock, and the rock was on steel plates, and the contestants would shovel the rock from one box over to another, and they were timed as they did this. And the first contest we had, it was won by a boss of the Bureau of Public Roads. He beat all the miners.
Well, as I say, they had this, there was a big rock there right around past where the library is now, right across from Bob DeArmond's home. It was right on the corner, and they'd put a stage around that, and then the miners would single jack and double jack and drill holes in that thing to see who could drill the deepest hole the fastest, you know. It was always a popular contest, and lots of money would be bet on it because every crew had its guy, you know, that they figured was the champion, you know.
Mr. Casey was the one who had teams that he hauled supplies up into the Perseverance when the mine was up in there. And on the 4th of July, he'd get his teams out and always took all the little kids, you know, in it. Well, with a bunch of horses, I don't know whether they had 4 horses or 6 horses or what. And we waited just for that sort of thing so we could ride on that particular float.
Back in the early years in the 1920s, when I was a small child, there was a lot of music because there was a city band, and it usually had 40 or 50 members, and there was a lot of brass and a lot of drums, so that the parade's always been marked by marching band music.
One of the popular contests, of course, is what they call the finish horse, and you don't see that much. It was getting to the point where when I quit using it, it was getting pretty competitive, you might say. It was a long round pole, maybe about an 8-inch round pole on tripods, like a horse, about 4.5 feet off the ground, and you would sit on that with a small sack, and the sack would be made up of shavings, and you would try to knock your opponent off the finished horse. The thing that was interesting was the fact that when you saw him start to swing, you'd have to brace yourself against the swing, otherwise you'd get off of balance, of course, and fall on the bottom.
One thing that was kind of fun, I remember they would have the women doing hammering, you know, nails, and see how fast they could give them so many nails and big nails in these hammers. They'd have a big 12-foot long timber, and the women would be working on this for all they were worth.
One of the earlier experiences I remember, and it sounds a little corny, but it is a Declaration of Independence that we're celebrating and observing. And the games and play is fun, but we're really celebrating the birth of our nation, the birth of freedom and independence. And I remember we would bring in whoever the chief of the Coast Guard, or Navy, or Army, or what have you, to give a few words of appropriate address. And being a history buff, I thought that was very appropriate. So at least we attained some excellence in education other than in schools in our community.
The 4th of July, as I say, was observed as far back as I can remember talking to my grandmother and others. They used to talk about the 4th of July. We were not citizens even until 1924. Congress passed an act making all Indians citizens. Prior to that time, we still observed 4th of July and celebrated the independence. I really don't think we really knew from whom, but our country was independent, so we rejoiced with everybody else.
It was a big deal for me, I know. People seem to enjoy it. They come from way out there, the Loop Road, to come in. We even come from Eagle River, you know, to see the parades.
I remember even long before that when old Jimmy Fox and many of his own Auk tribe people were all marching in the parade with their beautiful Chilkat blankets. The first time I had seen so many Chilkat blankets in a parade like that. Of course, there were many other floats, and I like them because there's so many of the children who still take part in all the parades.
One of the biggest things that happened as far as I was concerned was becoming involved in the fireworks, which happened back in 1947, at latter part of 1946, and then I finally became part of the crew and fired with them in the 1947 show, and so then I've been with the thing ever since then. Juneau has always had a good 4th of July. If you go back in the old empires, go back in the old papers before the empire and so forth, and you can read back there how Juneau has always been proud of the fact that, it's American and it was the capital, and they wanted to tell the world about how proud they were, and so they've always put a lot of effort into 4th of July, and I feel good about the way the city participates. When I ride in that parade and see the number of people that go to the parade, and I see the number of people that go to watch the fireworks and things like that, then I know that, there's people still think something of this country, and they get out and do something about saying thank you to the people that have made it possible for us. I just had some people from down south here, and they said, well, we're awfully happy to see that you're still doing things like this. And I said, well, I am too, because they said only in Texas do they wave the flag anymore. Well, Juneau has always waved its flag, and I think it's going to keep right on doing it.
I found my place here in Alaska, where I'm free to let my spirit roam, and it won't matter what else this life can show me. Alaska will always be my home. Way up here, deep between the mountains where water's clear, and every breath is sweet, I can walk where I'll never see a footprint, to know here I am where I ought to be. Where those glaciers spill over the mountains, and there isn't a road to be seen. Where the wild waters rush, rumbles deep in the hush, and time stands still in between. So here I'll stay, cradled in Alaska, forever young, 'cause she holds me like a child full of hope. Oh, I'll never cease to wonder, growing up but never old, free and wild. Where those glaciers spill over the mountains, and there isn't a road to be that wild water's rush rumbles deep in the hush, and time stands still in between. So here I'll stay, cradled in Alaska, forever young, 'cause she holds me like a child full of faith. Oh, I'll never cease to wonder, growing up but never old, growing up but never old, growing up but never old, free and wild. Alaska's child.
flowers in the field. But when she spoke, so did the wind. Oh, did the wind. 5 and 20 years were her age, like the words you'd read from a page. We fell in love by the light of the moon. Oh, the moon. Oh. I took her hand, I held it in mine, spoke the words of love for all time. When she spoke, the words didn't rhyme. Oh, the words didn't rhyme. Oh. Seasons, they come and go. Summer rain, it falls into snow. And like the birds, where do they go? Oh, where did you go? Oh. In Marble Town, there lived a girl, fair and wild as the flowers in the field. When she spoke, so did the wind. Oh, with the wind.
Oh, coming up next, I see flowers and balloons in that van. And it is the National Senior Service Corps, seniors serving our community. And so we have seniors walking along and seniors inside and are waving red, white, and blue flags. Even someone in the back on their wheelchair coming along. There's lots of pink and aqua-looking crepe paper on the back.
They have a wonderful contraption with the wall using a walker to hook the wheelchair up to the back of the van, so it's just towed along.
Oh, here come the people from the Juneau Fine Arts Camp.
With the puppets that were made by the students in Meredith Holch's class.
Oh, those eagles are so wonderful. Look at them. There are two really big eagles. They're taking 1, 2, 3, 4 different people to manipulate them. And around they come. They are just pretty spectacular. Oh, and now people. Looks like a woman and a man. And they're taking at least 3 people to manipulate them as well. Someone in the middle and someone on each hand to hold it out, and they take up the whole floor.
They were wonderful. The kids are holding them up with poles. They would love to see them manipulate those puppets in a play.
Oh, that would be cool. Juneau Human Services is coming up next. And A1 Auto Body. And they've got red, white, and blue fringe all over their truck, and they, too, are throwing out candy.
I wonder if anybody has difficulty at the last minute getting red, white, and blue fringe and bunting if you want to.
I bet. Here come the Human Services folks with red, white, and blue.
American
and
Pride.
Silver, American flags. Driving along.
Coverage of this year's Juneau 4th of July Parade is brought to you by Shattuck & Grumman Insurance, Juneau's premier insurance agency, specializing in quality insurance products at competitive prices. Insure and be sure with Shattuck & Grumman Insurance. By Gastineau Human Services, Juneau's leader in behavioral health treatment services and community justice programs since 1965. The 4th of July Parade is also brought to you by Office Plus, Martha's Flowers, Bullwinkles, Mendenhall Auto Center, Alaskan Dames and Gents, the Thaynor House, Bartlett Regional Hospital, AEL&P, and Chinook's Restaurant in the Gold Belt Hotel.
Did you wake up this morning feeling like you had nothing to wear? Alaskan Dames and Gents invite you to come look through their extensive closet of new and nearly new clothing. Name brands like Coldwater Creek, J. Jill, Gap, American Eagle, and much, much more at prices that can't be beat. There's something for everyone, men and women, from casual to business to formal, in sizes 2 to 26. Alaskan Dames and Gents consign only the best clothing in the best condition, so why pay the difference if you can't tell the difference? Walk out feeling like you got a whole new wardrobe for just pennies at Alaskan Dames and Gents.
If you're in need of a new Dodge or Chrysler vehicle, make the smart choice and shop Southeast Alaska's 5-star dealer, Mendenhall Auto Center. What most of you already know is that we carry the full line of Dodge and Chrysler cars, trucks, and SUVs. What you may not know is that for the very same price you pay in the lower 48, our vehicles come specially equipped to better withstand the harsh climate of Southeast Alaska. Same vehicle, equipped for Alaskans. It's just another reason why Southeast Alaska's smart choice for Dodge and Chrysler is Mendenhall Auto Center.
Thaynor House. Delicious food at an unbelievable price. That's the Thaynor House. If you get a mite frazzled by all the crowds downtown, then come enjoy our historic atmosphere. Try all-you-can-eat dinner, guaranteed to satisfy the heartiest of appetites. There's also a lunch specials every day and discounts for children 12 and under. So beat the downtown crowds today. Head for the Thaynor House for lunch, dinner, or just for fun. The Thaynor House, where you're always welcome.
Copies of this and other programs produced by KTOO-TV are available on VHS for $20. Call us at 586-8384 to place your order.
Is this your car?
Yes, it is.
Where did you get it?
Alberta, Canada.
And does the International Harvester make cars anymore, trucks anymore?
They gave it up in 1972.
You ever drive it on the road or just in the parade?
Always on the road.
Enjoy it. It's a wonderful shade of green.
Coming up next is the Veterans for Carry. And so they're coming along with a couple of, with a truck with stickers on it and an American flag and people waving as they come on down the way. Definitely some red, white, and blue there. Oh, here they come. Here's the planetarium. And you'll notice the yellow sun starting out on the way. Then you have Mercury and Venus and Earth and the Moon and Mars. And Mars has got its moons. And they're all really close up, bunched up together. And then you space your way out a little bit, and there's Jupiter. And you space your way out a little more, and there's Saturn with the rings, hula hoop rings. And come along come the comets and Uranus. He has a sign showing that he's got how to pronounce his name. I wonder if that means that people can't pronounce his name. And they're really strung out there, so we will have to wait a little bit until we see the rest of the solar system, until it gets down here. But let's see if we can see what Jupiter says. Jupiter, 483 million miles from the sun. Are you a cold planet then?
A little. Pluto's probably the coldest.
Okay. Well, let's go take a look and see what else is down here. Mars is only 141,000 miles from the sun. There we go. Saturn, and you've got your satellite. Saturn not only has his rings, but he has the satellite that's currently taking pictures of the rings of Saturn. Really cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that our next planet coming down the way feels that we have been pronouncing his name wrong all these years. So let him get down here a little way, and we'll find out what's going on here. Okay, well, Uranus is 1,784,000,000 miles from the sun. And why is it Uranus instead of Uranus, as we all remember?
This is the correct pronunciation, or actually, this is the pronunciation that's least embarrassing.
Okay. Coming up next, we have Neptune. And Neptune is 2,794,000 miles from the sun. And last but not least, walking clear at the end, very, very far away, is Pluto. 3,666,000,000 miles from the sun. Do you feel it a little lonely out here?
Yes, it's very cold, too.
So there they go. There goes our solar system. Here comes the most patriotic second place. First place, best use of steam. It's the Filipino community, and it is covered in red, white, and blue bunting, American flags, and lots of red, white, and blue. Camp Freedom, they call it. And we've got, at least from here, I can tell we have a Statue of Liberty. We have soldiers. Thank you. We have a Liberty Bell. We have the sign for the Filipino community, 1929.
And the sign on the float says, "Freedom is not free. It requires great sacrifices."
And here comes another marching group. And
The
this group,
Ati-Atihan.
look at them. I think these feathers are pretty new this year, Susan.
These are amazing.
These
They're
are
eagles.
amazing. They are eagles. Look at this. They are eagle hats. I mean, they actually look like eagles, and they're wearing wings of gold and black.
Eagle has landed.
And they are pretty incredible looking. They are feathered covered, waving those wings, and up along. And they won first place for the best marching band. You know, they win that a lot because they are pretty incredible. They are dancing along the way.
It's wonderful to see them every year. I really look forward to their costumes and to their drumming and dancing.
There are lots of these new costumes this year. This is really nice.
They're flapping their wings as they go by. They're beautiful, real bird feathers.
They are beautiful. People have their faces decorated with red, white, and blue stripes. have some Cub Scouts and some Weebelows and some, it looks like, actual Boy Scouts here. Walking with American flags and the Boy Scout flag and the Alaska flag and moving right along. And last but not least,
entry number 69.
Can you read the side? Happy birthday, America. To our military
Mary
and veterans,
Kay. Oh,
thank you
that's
for our
right.
freedom.
Look at-
I see there it's a Mary Kay card.
I just picked up my new car on Friday, and this is the only Platinum Grand Prix that Mary Kay has given away in all of Southeast Alaska.
And what's your name?
Cindy Hudson and Carrie Muirhead. We're sales directors here in town.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful
we have
car.
some bicyclists. I wondered where our bicyclists were.
We're the last entry, the bicycle.
So bringing up the tail end of the parade, the bicyclists.
Well, not totally the tail end. As people begin to scatter, coming down the street, of course, is the ever-present street cleaners, the street sweepers, which means we need to pick up our stuff, Susan.
That's right. We need to pick up our stuff and get out of the way. Otherwise, they'll sweep us up.
So I think that's about the end for the 4th of July parade for this year. It once again, of course, did not rain. So to everyone, KTOO Radio, remember that KATH will rebroadcast the parade on Saturday night at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, on New Year's Day. So I guess, what can we say, Susan, but happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. The sun is coming out. Enjoy the rest of the day. The Capitol Steps will be coming up at 12:30 on KTOO. For those of you who are at home or out and about listening to your radios, have a great afternoon.
So go out and have a good day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Copies of this and other programs produced by KTH-TV are available on VHS for $20. Call us at 586-8384 to place your order.
Hi, I'm Chris Burns, host of KINY Radio's daily morning talk show, Capital Chat, which highlights local issues and groups. We pick one show each week for a televised edition, which airs at 5:30 p.m. Wednesday and Thursday mornings at 9:30 on KATH.
Oh, dear little cabin, I've loved you so long. Now I must bid you goodbye. I've filled you with laughter, I've thrilled you with song. Right now I wish I could cry. Your walls have witnessed a wearyful fight, wrung from a one Waterloo. But oh, in my triumph I'm dreary tonight. Goodbye, little cabin, to you. Your roof is bewhiskered, your floor is aslant, your walls seem to sag and to swing. I'm trying to find just a fault, but I can't. You poor tired, broken old thing. I seen you when you've been the best friend I had. Your light like a gem on the snow. I've grown a part of you now, and I hate little cabin to go. Windows, red raspberries climb, a hornet's nest hangs from your beams. Your rafters are scribbled with adage and rhyme, dimmed by tobacco and dream. How cold, still and lonely, how weary you seem. One last look, then I'll go. Will you remember that boy and his dream, the one that you comforted so? The evening is calling, it's drawing tonight. The North Star shines in the sky. Oh, it's stinging and stabbing my sight. God bless you, old cabin. Good